All right, so we're gonna judge custom cards. I'm joined today by Ikato, Wait I'm Playing, and Visionary Decks. Say hello, introduce yourselves, tell them what you do. Ikato, you start. Who are you?
Yo, what's up? I'm Ikato. I don't know. I'm like okay at this game, I guess. I stream, and that's really honestly, those are the two things you need to know about me.
All right, good to know. He streams and he's okay at the game. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Visionary Decks, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Visionary. I'm also okay at the game. Next. No, I'm kidding. I tend to build like, you know, the weirder decks that no one else wants to dip their toes into. They're never the best decks, but you know, I try to explore the more creative side of Runeterra and build some interesting combos that other people haven't really explored. That's typically what I do over on my YouTube channel.
Nice. The YouTube channel is Visionary Decks on YouTube.
YouTube.com/Visionary Decks.
Ikato on all platforms. And Wait I'm Playing, what do you do? Who are you?
I am probably the worst card game player in this entire chat here.
That's crazy. I'm here.
I don't know. I don't know that you can just claim that title. I thought that was my title, but all right.
No. I'm god awful at this game. And I'm also the only non-content creator here. Woo!
Okay, he says he's god awful, bro. Top 32 seasons. Like I didn't invite you here for nothing. Like, come on. What the fuck is wrong with you? All right. So we're here to judge some custom cards. I put out a call to you in the community, gambling 100 of my own dollars on whoever can design the best versions of iconic League of Legends characters that have yet to be seen in the game. Those characters were, of course, the shopkeeper, the siege minion, and the turret. You all heeded the call, exactly 12 of you, and we're going to judge all of your submissions based on how good and or god-awfully bad they are. Are you all ready?
Already.
Yes. But yes.
We're judging them on a scale of 1 to 5. This is the rubric. You can take a look at it, clip it, and examine it. 5s are things that perfectly meet the 3 criteria of each category. You know, does a card fit into their region, accurately represent the character, make use of the source material, are they easy to understand, fun to play against, and synergize well with their package, and do they have a clear design intention, open up new archetypes, or introduce functional new mechanics. Keyword being functional, because sometimes people will add mechanics that aren't functional, like when I did Custom Vayne and didn't really think about it that hard. So without further ado, let's get into the judging portion. All right, well, let's jump to our next submission from Jack Dude for Boris the Shopkeeper.
I swear, if he just puts Jack in here as one of the cards,
that'd be really funny.
I mean, it'd be understandable.
All right.
Holy shit, they have flavor text on these?
Yeah,
oh my God.
I know. It's base. Truly points for flavor text, 100%. All right, so we have Boris the Shopkeeper, a Runeterra champion, Origin Shopkeeper's Archive. You may put any non-darkened equipment into your deck during deck building. I think that makes sense as an origin for Boris the Shopkeeper, that you'd be able to buy equipment. That's how League of Legends works. When I'm summoned, I improvise. Each round, the first time you equip an ally, create a coin in hand. Boris, 3 mana, 2/3. Levels up when he's seen you equip allies 5 times. Becomes just straight up Big Boris. When I'm summoned, I improvise. Each round, the first time you equip an ally, create 2 coins in hand. You may equip up to 2 equipment to allies. 3 mana, 3/4. 3 mana, 2/3. Okay, that's I think that's a really dynamic champion design. Ikato, let's start with you.
Oh shit. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea. You know, you're just getting value every time that you equip. And you can like main deck like every equipment, right? Other than Darken. I think it's definitely a cool idea. I think that like seeing 5 equips is like a lot, but like overall, I think that like this card's like probably pretty cool.
It does feel like a lot outside of like a Jack deck, or not Jack's deck.
Just because it says I've seen like just even in a Jack's deck where you're running enough units to be able to do it, Boris isn't lasting that long.
No, he's getting blown up. The level up is too powerful to like want to allow, because it's imagine equipping like Fishawak plus honestly anything plus Rake. Like it's terrifying thoughts. Okay, so we have some support cards. We have one support card here with the 4 mana Freljord 3/3 regular customer. Play equip me with a copy of an ally's equipment. So it's kind of just like Ornn Light, you know, just mini Ornn.
Ornn Light, Miller Light.
Yeah,
the card.
this is interesting. It definitely helps the package level up. I think the card makes sense as a follower, but Freljord. Because also with Boris's origin, you don't automatically get this card.
Also,
So-
I like. I'm just noticing this now. I like the card art. How it's just like.
Oh yeah, it's mirrored.
on the bottom. I didn't notice that. It took me longer than I would like to admit.
That's pretty
So
funny.
I mean, I guess it
actually.
works.
It does. It does. It actually makes sense.
Maybe they have like mirror powers. That's like they like LeBlanc. They have this sort of reflective magic or whatever
Yes.
going on.
All right. I realize I skipped over everyone
I'd
else.
love to imagine.
Viz, what are your thoughts on Boris and this one extra card?
It's definitely not the worst custom card design I've seen. I will say I feel like it's a little bit too close to Jax. Just the fact that I mean, I don't know. I guess it's cool that there's a champion that can improvise on summon, but I feel like we've got so many weapon masters. What deck would you really play another weapon master in? Would you go Jax Boris? Probably not. Would you go Boris Ornn? Probably not. I like the coin side of Boris for sure. Like the idea of a Runeterra champion that creates coins when you equip allies. Pretty cool. I think it's the fact that he is so close to Jax. I don't know. I feel like there could have been something a little more creative done here, but overall I would say it's I don't know. It's definitely intriguing.
All right.
And I like the flavor.
All right. I agree. Wait, what do you got?
So I fully agree. I do like the way that it's designed. I think it fits very well with at least what I know about League, which is he is the guy you buy all the items from. I feel like the coin mechanic, it would be cool, but at the same time I also think his level up requirement is literally almost impossible to get in a normal game. Like if you're going up against anybody who actually can read.
That is a fair point, actually. Equip allies 5 times is a lot. That is a lot. Especially when he doesn't even give you weapon masters. He only gives you the equipment. So all of your units in your deck have to come from whatever region number 2 is.
Exactly. So
that's kind of rough.
It's very rough.
To be fair, we've definitely seen, decks do stuff like Zolani. Like, you just cycle bloodletters like 10 times.
Yep.
It's like, there's definitely like possibilities. And to be honest, like for a custom card, sometimes less is more. And sometimes, not being ultra OP is like kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Because I think that people tend to make like, really insane cards.
They do. This does seem, I'll say, from like a game balance standpoint, this is like good. Like I'm like this as like a first draft of a card. I'm like, oh, this needs a couple improvements, but it's not like we have to tone this down like a lot, So I do
it's interesting.
agree.
Yeah.
It pushes the boundaries of design, but it's not gonna be like, oh, hey, this is broken.
I'd say in terms of champ identity, I would probably give this champion like a 3. I think the origin of adding any equipment to your deck during deck building it makes sense for the card, but I don't know if it being a Runeterra champion necessarily makes as much sense to me because it wants to see the 5 different equipment. It sounds like you'd want to run this with like an Aatrox or a Jax and have an actual region rather than it being a Runeterra champion.
To be fair though, I mean, as like the shopkeeper, I think it makes sense that, he's the Runeterra region guy. He's out there traveling around and shit. Like
maybe that's more of a game design complaint I have than an actual identity complaint.
Yeah.
I do feel like from a game design perspective, like making him only have equipment and that's it in his Runeterra region, that is just sort of, that's rough. It's going to be tough to deck build with them. I definitely see where
it
Absolucian's
is the
coming from.
classic Runeterra region issue that we see with like even Nico that like just came
It's
out.
true.
It's like if you have 0 spells in your region, then like your region kind of is going to have trouble. Aatrox gets away with it just because Darkener's so OP. And we said, let's use every equipment other than the Aatrox ones. It's like, oh, shit.
Other than the really good,
The
the
bad ones.
equipment that do stuff, let's use all the other ones.
Yeah, to be fair, if you didn't do that, then I mean, Boris would just be, Vayne's side bitch, 2.0.
Yeah,
But,
you would never
yeah,
run this card
true.
outside of the main deck. All right, so everyone, give it some deliberation and let me know where you'd rank this on the champion identity side of the scale. I think I should probably change my ranking, which means we have a grand total score of. Do math on my calculator.
By the way, did you read the flavor text on the regular customer? That shit is cute as fuck.
This is it.
I read it.
Anya loved to buy and sell her weapons so much that sometimes she'd buy back the exact number she sold the week prior.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
really
funny.
that's really
That's really,
good.
really good.
I like that a lot.
That's dedication right there.
I'd like to think somehow that flavor text links to the fact that she has the whole mirror effect on her card. Just like buying the same weapon again. I don't know. There's some connection there.
that.
I haven't put it together, but
Okay. Well, let's get into our next design package here. We have from What Am I? Oh, I skipped one. It's fine. We'll go back. All right, we're on number 5. What am I? I have a hard time reading spreadsheets. So
you made this spreadsheet, Absolution. You made it. This is
I
yours.
I didn't make it.
This is your beautiful creation.
Google made it. I said, Google, turn the form answers into a spreadsheet. Google said, hey, I got you. So I didn't make shit. I made the document, the form.
I assumed you put at least a little bit of effort into this.
No, I
I'm
did.
Sorry.
I made a rubric. Okay.
Hey, you said this was Google's spreadsheet.
Yeah,
You made
but
a
the
rubric.
wasn't.
What's a rubric?
Did you click the link for the rubric that I sent up in chat?
Wow, this guy doesn't have the
is-
fucking rubric open. I can't even.
I have it. Okay, I see this as rubric. A rubric is a spreadsheet. Let's be honest.
It's like a table.
It's like
It's
subcategory.
definitely a table.
It's a table. He says. It's a table. Okay.
All right. Anyway, we have our 1 mana, another Runeterran champion, a Runeterran shopkeeper, origin, money bags, round start, create a coin in hand, level up. I see 5+ coins in your hand. When I level up, recall me. Okay, that's weird. The origin here.
Wait.
What?
Is this Kane? 0-5
think
when I
so.
level up, recall me.
Is there 2 different options for what Boris becomes? Is it dark and
There
Boris?
are.
Oh my God.
Keeper
Oh,
or
there
black
are.
market merchant.
Okay, all right. We
Oh,
have
I see now.
money
Okay.
bags. If the shopkeeper started in your deck, anytime you spend 3+ coins, create a coin in hand. You may put any non-champion card that creates coins into your deck during deck building. All right, that's actually really good. And we have our
Ooh.
we have the shopkeeper. Transform me and all copies of me into comrade shopkeeper or bourgeoisie. Oh my god!
That is fantastic.
Comrade shopkeeper or bourgeoisie shopkeeper. This is base communist shopkeeper.
Wow. Okay.
This
I
is
see this
awesome.
taking politics direction, but here we go.
This
Yeah,
is
right.
amazing.
Jeez. All right. So 1 mana comrade, 1/6 comrade shopkeeper. Round start, create a coin in hand. Whenever you refill mana, heal me and all allies 1 for each mana refilled. If you refill 6+ mana, transform me and all copies of me into bourgeoisie shopkeeper. Oh wow, that's really weird.
Wait, what?
And then another 1 mana 1/6 bourgeoisie shopkeeper. Round start, create a coin in hand. Whenever you refill mana, deal 1 damage to all allies for each mana refilled, and then grant me +1/+1 for each damage done. If you refill 2 or less mana, transform me and all copies of me into comrade shopkeeper. Okay.
I'm
This is a
I'm
lot.
so confused.
Yeah,
I am so confused.
I think so. Let's talk about like the first card first, right? The base card. Regular champion, 1 mana shopkeeper that creates a coin in hand, and if you spend 3+ coins, you create a coin. You can have all the coin generators in your deck. I think that's fine. I think that's actually really good. It makes a lot of sense for the champion. I think that's pretty cool. Let's start with you, Visionary Dex. What are your thoughts on the regular form before we get to the other ones?
The whole 1 mana thing just kind of bugs me. Number one, they're disrespecting Boris here. I really think he's a 1 mana champion.
Okay, but
You
he's a
think he's
1
the
mana
penny of the
0/5.
champion world?
He's
It's
like
true.
an insanely
That's just
strong
even more
1 mana
disrespect.
champion.
You think he has? You think with those kind of muscles, he's a 0/5? I don't buy it. I mean, then again, there's Braum. Braum is a 0/5. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he just chooses to hold back out of the kindness of his heart. But I don't know. Just 1 mana 0/5. Kind of weird stats in my opinion, especially for the fact that he creates a coin every turn. Seems a little OP. I don't know. I feel like he needs to be 2 mana, 3 mana maybe. Give him some extra stats. Come on. What are you doing? 0/5? 0/5?
All right, Ikato.
From a balance perspective, I think this guy's insanely fucking OP.
Yeah, Gigabyte.
But I mean, that's it's not like the end of the world, right? Like he's just he has a fat ass. And he comes down on turn 1 and like instantly pays for himself. Like
yeah, you really are not ever killing this card the turn he comes down. He's guaranteed at least 2 to 3 turns of life.
Yeah.
Not only is he like paying for himself by generating coins, but he's also going up in mana because any answer to this card is going to cost a hell of a lot more than 1 mana.
Mm-hmm.
It's a infinite mana strap.
Infinite money glitch. Wait.
I mean, as everyone's kind of said, this guy's so super fucking OP. Like, he's just a wall that you play down on turn 1 and say, all right, you're gonna have to commit multiple attacks, multiple cards to kill this 1 mana card, and he's constantly giving you value throughout the turns that he stays on the board.
If you also think about it, like, he
Insane.
levels
It's
up
absolutely insane.
when he sees the coin in hand, he levels up, which I think is like, you could level him up very quickly, given you're able to run all the coin generators. So you can run the elusive one that strikes and makes a coin. You can also run Pocket Picker. I mean, this card is just like a better 1-drop for coin decks than Pocket Picker ever could be. And I already thought Pocket Picker was a pretty okay 1-drop for a coin deck. So
It's very easy to flip him. You're gonna flip him without even trying.
So
He
let's
isn't
look at
flipped, there's an issue.
his origin as well. Anytime you spend 3+ coins to create a coin. So you do have to sack your coin to 5 to level him. It's not very hard to do. But you can spend your coin of 3 or more to create a coin, which I think also is just insane value.
So something like coin cards currently have is like the first coin that you generate in hand like doesn't really give you net mana, right?
Yeah.
Because the card costs 1 mana. So like this is basically saying that, you know, after a certain point, all of your cards are net mana, which is like,
Yes.
it's an interesting idea.
It's definitely cool. It's very dynamic. And I'm like, oh, this would be a really, like, a lot of cool decks would come from this ability.
Oh, you
But
know what's super
seems
fucked up?
giga-busted.
I just realized the synergy. So later on, you know, there's like the whole transform back and forth between Comrade and Bourgeoisie.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
So like if you drop like a really fat stack of coins and it deals 1 to everyone, and then he gets all buffed up, then he instantly transforms back into Comrade, and you already generated another coin in hand because of this. So you can just heal them all again.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that your metaphor is very confused here if we're
Yeah.
swapping back and instantly undoing all of the damage of capitalism. So I'm just
Yeah, that's
very
wild.
confused by that one.
A 1-mana champion that just flips back and forth is a little bit nuts, considering the cards we already have in game that like buff things up when they transform. I do feel like, especially given the fact this guy has coins, it's probably no problem to just like casually drop a 7-mana big game tycoon, and then all of a sudden your shopkeeper just gets like 100 health in 1 turn, basically.
I really do, like, I think the best comparison for this guy late game is just like, imagine having a bunch of ice pillars. Like, it's just what it's gonna feel like playing against him with all the coin synergies that he can make. So let's
That
look
seems
at
balanced to me.
leveled shopkeeper. 1 mana, 1/6, round start, create a coin in hand. Whenever you refill mana, heal me and all allies 1 for each mana refilled. And then if you refill 6 mana, you transform all copies of me into Bourgeoisie Shopkeeper. So Comrade Shopkeeper, I think, is actually really cool. A very unique card that takes a, like, kind of the fun part of Jack, right? Like, if I think about this, I'm like, oh, this is awesome for like prize fight decks, which is pretty cool. Prize fight decks are weird. They're like really good, but also not at the same time. There's a lot of synergy with that, and just turning everything into Jack, I think, is cool. It's also with stack with Jack on himself, so you can play like a 2-mana coin, and then you just give him 4 health, which is wild. Wait, what are your thoughts on Comrade Shopkeeper?
I mean, he literally just keeps everything alive. Like, I don't know how to better state that. Like, he's like the I can't think of the card right now. The 2-mana Targon card.
Yep.
Stellacorn. Just instead of it only being for itself, it heals the entire board. Like, that's just absolutely insane. The other thing that I'm thinking of would be, it'd be awesome with like Scar Grounds, things like that.
Oh yeah.
Decks
Oh
that
my
immediately
God.
that they take the 1 damage, this guy heals it up. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's gross.
Wow, you took away his 0.02. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, dude,
I
he's
did that
never going to make it to
Right.
Bourgeoisie now.
Hey, listen, I did that to everyone else. All right, I treat everyone the same. I have I have friends that are 0.2s. Okay, it's fine.
Holy shit.
Whoa there.
No, like
Absolution.
I just think that like
Absolution.
I'm okay
Whoa
with
there.
like the 0.2s, but like I just think they should do it. You should have them like somewhere else. That's all. Next up, we're down to our final 2. All CDs has
Ooh.
given us the Shopkeeper. Everyone.
Hey.
Hey, all right.
I feel like we've learned a lot about the shopkeeper
We
today.
have.
You know?
I know. We've learned about like this is basically like across the Spider-Verse, but it's across the Shopkeeper verse.
Yeah.
We're just learning different alternate timelines of the Shopkeeper lore.
So we have a Bilge Water,
Outstanding.
4 mana, 2/3. Plunder, pick me or an ally. It improvises.
Okay.
The next time you activate Plunder, create an improvised weaponry equipment in hand. Levels up when you when you've seen or activate Plunder or equip 4+ times. Levels up and becomes Shopkeeper. Plunder, pick
Whoa.
pick me or an ally. It improvises. When you activate Plunder or at round start, create an improvised weaponry equipment in hand. You can now merge equipments. What the fuck does that mean?
Ooh. Ooh.
How do you do that? Oh, I guess there's
Okay,
cards.
there is at the very bottom. There's a description of merge, so maybe we should go.
Okay, yes.
What is
Read
an
that.
improvised weapon? Do you just like make
Yeah,
a random
it would-
like one of the like a rake or something?
Yeah, it'd be like rake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
like
what
an
the
extra
fuck?
You just get extra weapons.
So whenever you plunder, you just get more improvised equipment.
Okay, let's read merge.
Merge. Equipping an already equipped ally with a new equipment will
With.
alliterate the new
With.
equipment and grant the equipment already in play its stats, keywords, and card text. Okay. That's
So okay,
Quick
so every
attack-
time you like
Quick
plunder,
attack scout. Got it.
yeah.
every time you like plunder, it creates another equipment in hand, and you can throw that on someone who's already equipped, and it'll like merge those equipments
Yes.
together.
It'll essentially equip the equipment
Uh-huh.
to the equipment.
That's cool. That's cool.
That is very
Can I have
cool.
some
and unique.
equipment with my equipment, please?
All right, so we have a 3 mana Shopkeeper's Good Deal. 3 mana slow speed Freljord card. Pick an ally. It improvises. If it already has an equipment, merge it instead. So 3 mana, improvise or merge. I kind of like that they're building like an actual like new keyword, right? And then we have 2 more guys. We have Bandle Seller. You summon a Yordle, equip or forge an ally, granted impact. It's 5 mana 1/4. So that's
It's
Kind
crazy,
of-
dude. Those are
that's-
some insane stats.
that's an insane cost for what that actually does.
Well, to be fair,
Very
it does-
hard.
it's giving you value on everything, especially since like you're probably equipping or
Yeah,
forging like multiple times
that's
per
true.
turn.
All right, that gives it a 3.8, which means we have a total score of 8.1. All right, Shrek Mate. We didn't do Shrek Mate. I accidentally skipped over Shrek Mate. Shopkeeper,
Oh.
0 mana, Runeterra champion, 0/1, or immobile. Origin, the Merchant's Legacy. When I'm discarded, tossed, or seen in a prediction, summon me. If I'm already in play, draw me instead. Level up. I've seen you equip allies 4 times. When I level up, create the 4 artifacts in your deck. The Origin, Merchant's Legacy, is you may put any equipment into your deck during deck building. Round start, if you have 3+ mana gems, forge all equipment everywhere. Okay, there's a lot going on here.
What?
There's so much happening that it feels really like I'm already very confused as to what I feel like he wants too hard to go into everything. What are
Yeah.
some thoughts from you guys?
I mean, I like, as a 0 mana champion, I do think it's cool that you can sort of use him with any mechanic you want. Like, you can discard him if you want, and it'll summon him because he's 0 mana. You can toss him, and it'll summon him because he's 0 mana, if you want to play a little
Yeah.
Shopkeeper Nautilus. I do agree with you. I feel like that might be the extra element here. They're sort of just making this all feel like a bit much.
Let's look at
Oh, I
what
would hate to
level the
play
Shopkeeper
against
does. 0 mana, 1/2, deep and evolve. When I'm discarded, tossed, or seen in a prediction, summon and equip me with an equipment from hand. Allies can equip multiple equipment, so there's no limit either.
Okay.
They can just have as many equipment as you want. He's got deep and evolve. And then we'll look at his champion spell, Sightstone. To play, discard 1 to draw 1. If you discard an equipment, equip it to an ally instead. Then predict and draw 1 again for 3 mana as a burst speed card.
It seems like this entire guy's deal is he just wants to run like a bunch of predictor draw cards.
Yeah.
To find his shit.
We have these equipment now. There's 4 of them. We have the Infinity Edge, which has double strike and overwhelm. When I'm discarded, tossed, or seen in a prediction, equip me to an ally. My blocker takes double damage.
Oh,
So, like,
So this
Okay.
card says I win the game.
yeah.
Let's go to the next
Yeah.
one.
We have Rise in the package. They have, okay, same thing here with Banshee's Veil, but gives barrier and spell shield. When you play a spell or skill, copy it with the same targets. Your spells and skills deal 3 extra damage. It just, that one seems like worse than the Infinity Edge.
And this one also does crazy shit.
Yes.
But one thing that's an issue is that, like, so if you're seeing it like in a prediction or you're tossing or whatever, like it's just landing on a random unit. And anybody who's played like Return of Wrench knows like sometimes you land on the wrong unit.
Yes.
So for something like this that like very specifically like buffs up one unit, I think it's a little bit awkward.
All right, so we have a package like this is a final score of 6.9, which means that our highest score overall was actually a Jack dude apparently, who earned a 10.4 on. This was the any non-dark. This was the very first shopkeeper we looked at had the highest score.
Are you lying to us?
I am lying
think
to you,
he is.
actually. I forgot to add one together. I think this one's higher.
Oh my god.
It is higher by 0.2. So the first place one goes to Crude, who did the mythic item shopkeeper, has the highest score actually. All right,
okay,
so
can
that
I,
means
can I
our,
revote for my Satan one? What did I score that? Can I score that higher?
I don't remember what you scored. I think you scored
think
the
we-
highest. Yeah, Jack Dude. I like that the most tame ones ended up being the 2 highest scored ones. Anything you guys want to say? Let people know where to find you.
I mean, I just want to say I know I was rough with the scores. Just because your cards got a low score doesn't mean you're bad at creating cards. It just means that your cards are bad at being cards. That's all it means. So
It means that these ones weren't the best, but you also props to anyone that actually tried, because you had actually nothing to go off of. You're just I gave you guys 3 things from League of Legends that exist to serve in-game functions, and I was make these into functioning champion card packages. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a wonderful time. I know I had a blast. Have a good bye.